Far to the north, over ranges and rivers, over mountains and valleys, crouches a single, solitary fortress. It was once called Greywind in the tongue of men, home of the valiant, stalwart, and watchful Teutonic order. The days are looked upon proudly in the time when the knights fought their neighbors to the south in a better war, when the rivers ran thick with blood. Aye, those were the days. Eventually, however, the proud order was disbanded by the one they called Savior. Their own emperor, their allfather, had betrayed them for his favored sons the Flays. However, some knights remained, loyal to their cause and their history. They protected the north from unseen threats, for they knew that not only the savage tribal boarmen lurked beyond the ice wall, but unspeakable evil. And then, when the world needed power the most, the Emperor and all his men boarded boats and set off from the shores of Anthos, the third continent. Their savior abandoning them for the second time, the valiant Teutons were unsure of what to do. In a fit of what had may have been grief or rage, the Hawkmeister Jonathan Black demolished the proud castle Greywind, and the knights fled. And there the ruined fortress sat, unguarded from the north, unwatched from the south. It was then that the evil crept on in silent claws and darkened wings. Pools of corruption formed in the ground, taint filled the air. The water boiled and transformed to lava. The armies of the Glurts Folok and their cruel masters had invaded the now empty castle. But no more would it be known as its true name, Castle Greywind, but a grey, twisted, corrupted name in a foul, blackened language spoken by those who bring the night. Orkvokuskuring. Soon tainted tendrils of corruption waved in the air, writhing as if in some eternal agony, and the sound of hammers ringing on forges rang throughout. The armies was readying itself, but for what? The outside world could only guess. Then the hammers ceased. A great silence swept through the castle. The south waited, listening. Then a sudden cry, a clamor, a great roar swept through the land. Rogvotax, hulking and brutal, whipping their underlings with cruel lithe cord, bellowing orders. Zonglet scurried amongst the feet of the Kambasor, repairing armor here and there. Kalus reading their twisting bows, this checking for any oddities or malfunctions. The north gate was opened, and a small garrison left behind at Orkvokuskuring. The large part of the army marched northwards, turning west immediately after. Where were they going? The south could only wait and watch with bated breath. The hammer will fall.